Hi everyone, I'm going to do another review of a film called Death of a Snowman. This is a DVD, it's put out by Synapse films from the States, as you can see there. This one here though is Region 0, so it'll play in any player there, so don't worry about that. It is a blaxploitation film from the 70s, as you can see up there it says it's a 70s blaxploitation classic. I'm a big fan of blaxploitation films, so I'm a big fan of films of Jack Hill. So I like things like Coffee and Foxy Brown. It is a lot different to that. It's set in South Africa and it's shot in Johannesburg, and it's basically about a police chief and a journalist who team up to try and stop a group of vigilante killers who call themselves the War on Crime. That's basically the film. It's about them trying to track down these vigilante group who are killing people. And there's some really good scenes in it. It's quite violent at some points, especially near the start. With regards to it being a blaxploitation film, it's not really similar to films like Coffee and Foxy Brown and things like that. But you still do get the impression that it was shot with intention of it being a blaxploitation film. As you can see there, it's presented in anamorphic widescreen transfer. The special features on it, there's not very many. There's just the original theatrical trailer and chapter selections and things like that. So I don't think there was anything to begin with by ways of special features anyway. I think this is the first time it's been put out on DVD. I'll just show you the inside of it. That's not the actual artwork that will be on the disc. That's just a screener that was sent by Synapse. It's just got that inside. So it's quite basic, but if you do like films like that, blaxploitation films from the 70s, it's very dirty, very grimy. It's got a funky soundtrack, so fan of that kind of film. If you're not too into blaxploitation films, I wouldn't really recommend it. The story is quite hard to follow at some points. It just jumps from scene to scene to scene. It goes very quickly, so it is very high paced. There is a lot of action in it. It's not got as much humour as a lot of other blaxploitation films have in it, so I think that's mainly why I didn't like it as much. It's still good to have though, and I'm still glad it's in my collection. So if you're a fan of blaxploitation films or kind of black action films, I would highly recommend that you pick this up. All the Synapse releases are really good, so it's worth having anyway. Okay, hope you enjoy. Take care.